Hello students, so here I am again to explain you a new chapter, that is chapter number 10, measurement. Alright, so let's first understand what is measurement. Measurement is the act of measuring. The action we do of measuring is called measurement. Now what is to measure? What do you mean by to measure? To measure something is to find out the size, weight or quantity of a thing. Okay, what is the size of a thing, how much heavy it is, and how much material is contained in it. That is the quantity, how much it is, right? So that is to measure, and this act of measuring is called measurement. So today we'll be learning about measurement. Okay, now we use units to measure things. We always write units after measuring things. For example, we write for size. If we measure length and the breadth, we'll write the units like meter, centimeter or kilometer. For weight, we write kilogram, gram, right? So we always use units to measure. Okay, so what are these units? Units are fixed standards of measurement. These units have fixed values. All these units, for example, length, we talk about kilometer, meter. These have fixed values in relation to each other. Okay, we say 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. They have fixed values related to each other. So we can say a unit is a fixed standard of measurement, having fixed values. All right. Now for scientists also, accurate means correct measurement is very important. Correct measurement is very important for carrying out the scientific experiments. All right. It helps them to compare and evaluate things. That means to find out the value. They can compare two things and they can evaluate, means they can assess their value in terms of size, weight or quantity. All right. Okay, now next topic is, what do we measure? We measure a lot of things in our day-to-day life. You know that. Here some pictures are given for you. Measuring ingredients for a recipe. When you're making, your mother must be making a recipe, she must be measuring the ingredients. Means the things used in making any dish, any food item for you. Okay, so and for measuring height, we do measure height also. We do measure the time taken for doing our homework. We do measure the distance that we traveled to go to school. We do measure our body temperature. Okay, when we are having a fever, we do measure the temperature. So these are all the things which we measure, and many more things we need to measure in our day-to-day life. Now, what is the importance of the standard units? Why these standard units are made? These units are made. What is the need? So in the olden days, what used to happen that in that time, people of different parts use different units of measurement. Some must be using their hand span to measure, some must be using their foot to measure. All right, with their hands they are measuring, with the movement of their legs they are measuring. So in this way, the measurement used to differ a lot, and there was no fair market. No, people with a short height, when a short height person will measure cloth, he will give you less cloth, and a person with a big height will measure with his big hands, then he will give you a bigger amount. So there is no fixed value of anything, right? And the measurement used to differ a lot. So no fair marketing, and there was a lot of confusion because of this. So that's the point when the scientists felt the requirement of setting measurements for us, fixed values for us to be followed by people across the world. So there will be no confusion, because every part of the country or every part of the world follows the same units of measurement. So the measurement will not differ from place to place. All right. So now let us learn about some standard units of measurement of length, mass, capacity, time and temperature. All right, students. Okay. So here, Measurement of length first. Now first is we'll understand what is length. Length is the measure of how long an object is. How long an object is. That is the measurement of length. Alright. In the early times we used to do it with the handspan, foot, cubit means from the tip of the finger till your elbow, pace, distance between your first step here. Alright, we used to measure by this. But this measurement is not fair. Okay, is not same in different parts of the world. Okay, alright, everywhere it used to differ. Alright, so then now we have the standard units of measurement for length, that is meter, centimeter and kilometer. Okay, now for smaller things, to measure smaller things we have centimeter, and for measure long distances like from one place to another when we are moving, you see kilometer milestones are there written, and on that kilometers are written. Okay, now in the classroom we are using a ruler for measuring, for drawing lines and measuring. Okay, we have measuring tapes also. You must have seen it with a tailor measuring your cloth length and all. Alright, so these are measuring instruments, and here some relations between the standard units are given. That is very important to learn. 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter, 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter, and 1 inch is equals to 2.54 centimeter. Okay, so do remember these relations. Alright students, now so here some activities are given in this book in between get set go and all. You can try it yourself. Okay, alright, but one conversion I want to tell you between centimeter and meter. On the scale you will find here centimeter, and here this is centimeter, 0 and 1. Here this is 1 centimeter, and 1 centimeter is made up of how many lines in between? 10 lines. So that is 10 millimeters it is made. So the relation between centimeter and millimeter is 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter. With that relation you can do this exercise. Alright, now moving ahead. Yes, then now the next is measurement of mass. Mass means what, students? It's weight. Okay, so what is the definition of mass? We can write mass is the amount of material an object contains. Amount of material. Okay, amount of material an object contains. For example, a bigger thing will be using more material than a smaller thing. For example, take the example of a table. A bigger table more material will be used in that, and a smaller table lesser material will be used in that. Okay, so it's obvious that the bigger table will be more heavy, having more mass than the smaller table. Okay, so the amount of material contained in any object will define its mass. Alright, so here standard units of mass are also there: kilogram, gram and milligram. Alright students, so here the relation also is given. You need to learn that 1 kilogram is equals to 1000 gram, 1 gram is equals to 1000 milligram. Alright students, now here the instruments used are given here: beam balance, which is used by the greengrocer. Alright, and here digital balance is also used. You must have seen in the sweet shops and all. Okay, now here spring balance is also used for measuring. Okay, so these are some measuring instruments are there. Okay, one activity is given there: name 5 things that we weigh in gram and 5 things in kilogram. So I've written here 5 things which are measured in gram. I've written here jewelry. Okay, when you buy it is measured in grams. Medicine you are taking, grams. Yes, saffron. Okay, it's a spice, measured in gram. So many other things, but I've notified 5 things for you. Chemical compound, anything you are using in the laboratory, that is measured in grams. Weight of an insect, we can say it's measured in grams. And for kilograms, we have vegetables we are buying, fruits we are buying, body weight, our body weight, grocery things we are buying from the shop. Okay, like your wheat bag, rice bag. Okay, all this, sugar bag, right? And any object, electronic item, you can measure in kilogram. Alright, so this way you can understand. Try to relate whatever you're learning in science with your day-to-day life. Okay, then only the objective of science will be solved. Alright, okay, and do this revision zone with the knowledge I've given you right now. And here's a picture of an electrical balance also, which is used in, must have seen in the jewelry shops for measuring gold and silver jewelry. Okay, all right. And milligrams are is the smallest unit of measuring mass. And okay, so to measure very small weight, we use milligrams like medicine or jewelry. All right. Okay, and some activities are also given. You can see in the on the page, and you can do it. Yes. Now the next is capacity, measurement of capacity. Now, measurement of capacity. Capacity of a container is the amount of substance it can hold. All right. So what is a capacity? It is usually used for, this term is used for measuring liquids, because liquid has no shape of its own. In whichever container it is there, it takes its shape. So we can say amount of substance in a container, that defines its capacity. All right. Okay, so here some relations, some units are of capacity are kiloliter, liter, and the relations are also given. 1 kiloliter is equals to 1000 liter, and 1 liter is equals to 1000 milliliter. Some measuring instruments are also given in front of you: measuring cup, beaker, measuring cylinder. Okay, so your liquid is poured into these measuring containers, and here you can see the markings are given here. Markings are given. Okay, markings are given through which we can know how much is the how much liquid is contained, what is the capacity of the liquid. Okay, like in the bottle, in the fridge you are keeping bottles. No, usually you are keeping 1 liter bottle. All right, so just keep an idea of how much is 1 liter. Okay, all right. Now so here these are the instruments. Okay, yes, some fun activities also given here to make science in the kitchen. You can prepare some mocktails also. Mocktail is a mixture of juices, that is different juices, that makes a mocktail. Now here is an activity given here, go through that. Which of these containers can hold the maximum amount of water? As you can see with the size, this container will be holding maximum water. Okay, would you use liter or milliliter to measure this? For cup syrup we are using always milliliter. Okay, and for petrol you're filling, which is filled in the car, we use liter. How many liters of petrol we are filling? All right, so you have to be specific about. With this real life example, you'll be able to fix units with this. All right. Okay, now the next is measurement of time. Now time is measured in hours, minutes, and seconds. All right, in a clock you can see hour hand is there, minute hand is there, second hand is there. Okay, so then the relations are also given. You need to learn that 1 day is equals to 24 hours, 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes, and 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. Now in earlier times, what you used to have, students, we used to have sand clocks like this, which was also called sand clock or hourglass. People used to measure time with the help of this. There are two glass bulbs here. Okay, there is a space in between that, very small space, and sand is filled on the upper area. And now when the sand goes down in the lower glass, and it completely empties itself, the upper glass, then they used to measure 1 hour is gone. Okay, 1 hour, it's 1 hour time now. Then they again used to turn that hourglass, and then again when the full sand will go down in the lower glass, then they used to count 1 hour again. So this way used to count the time. But nowadays we have watches and clocks with us for measuring time. There are different types of clocks and watches are there. Wall clocks are there. Okay, wall clocks are there, digital clocks are there with the digits given here. You can easily get the time there. Wrist watches are there, stop watches are there. For example, you want to measure any time, for limited time you want to do an activity, you can put a stopwatch and stop it then. Some activities are given here. All right, you can try it yourself. Now the next is measurement of temperature. Now what is the temperature? Temperature of an object tells us how hot or cold an object is, how hot and cold it is. That is given by temperature. All right, you touch a thing which is hot or cold, that is the temperature of a thing, right? And the instrument used are thermometer to measure temperature. Standard units are degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. Okay, we usually use degrees Celsius for representing temperature. Now, instruments used are here. The pictures are given: clinical thermometer and digital. What is the meaning of clinical? Clinical means medical. This thermometer is used by the medical people. Doctors use this thermometer to check your temperature. Okay, that's why the name given clinical. And digital thermometers, so that the digits are written in this. So this is digital, directly you can get it. You can keep this at your home also, and you yourself can measure it nicely. All right, so the inventor of this Fahrenheit was the inventor of the Fahrenheit thermometer was invented by Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit. Okay, so our normal body temperature is 37 degree, and in terms of Fahrenheit, if you want to write, it is 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, and the thermometer you used to get 98.4 as a normal temperature, right? Okay, and if you have a fever, you will get temperature more than this 98.4. All right, so here, so this was about measurement of temperature. So here some keywords are given, students. You can go through this in a nutshell. You can read. And also a mind map. Always in science you do make a mind map, so that you will remember all this chart type form. You can put up the information like this, so it is easy to remember: length, mass, capacity, or time. Okay, all these are physical quantities which we measure. Okay, instruments used are here, written here. And here these are the units. These are the units for these physical quantities, like length, mass, capacity, time, and temperature, which can be measured. Now here the exercises are given here. You can go through it. Answers are written here, students. And here's some answers of brief questions and the answers of detailed questions I tried to give you. So you can go through this. And here's some worksheet. One worksheet is there. You can go through the answer. All right. Now, students, after all this explanation, I hope you have understood the chapter.